Together, they seek the ultimate title.
This is what you want. Champion versus champion.
That is huge domination. Now, Barrel on the left-hand side.
GG, well played, is dramatic. Oh my word. Takes it, 11:07 to 10:10.
He just hit the nail in the coffin.
This thing just switched on its head in a matter of seconds.
Taking the most important best of three we've seen today.
CRL World Finals starts now.
The biggest event in Clash Royale every single year has been all over the world. We've been to Tokyo, we've been to Finland, we've been to Los Angeles. Today, we find ourselves in the city inside the trees, Atlanta, Georgia, for DreamHack 2025 for the Clash Royale League World Finals. Hello, welcome, I'm Rich Slayton, that's my brother Andrew Guy. We got Joshua AC Sharon, Jackson Juicy J Walda here to bring you the premier event of the Clash Royale season. And Andrew, I know I am absolutely pumped for this field we have today.
Oh man, that opening video gave me chills. I am so excited to be here. What is up, Atlanta? We have a killer crowd behind us, and the lineup today is absolutely through the roof. 3 days of action, one champion, $500,000 on the line. We are so ready to go.
We can't wait to get into it, and we have 12 of the best players on the planet. It feels like every single year we say this, that the field gets is the best one we've ever seen. If you look at these 12 players, across all of them, we have 37 total World Finals appearances.
37 in... That is absolutely insane between these 12 players. You have Mohamed Light making his 5th appearance in a row. You have both of our 2-time champions in Mo and Mugi here. We have a former world champion in Igor, and of course, the new players that are being thrown into the fray that have never been on the CRL World Final stage before in Ian and Frontier Guard. I cannot wait to see what everyone brings to the table.
This is going to be absolutely insane, and of course, they have to go through the gauntlet. Andrew, walk us through our format.
That's right. 12-player double elimination bracket. I love the format. The top 4 players in points get that ever-important first round bye, which goes so far when you talk about World Finals and how steep the competition is. Best of 3 dual mode. If you don't know what dual mode is, you can't repeat any cards through any said set. But we also have best of 5s in our lower bracket, upper bracket, and our grand finals. So you have really got to put in your work. You've got to work that decksmanship. And of course, the last player standing is crowned the greatest in the world, and a fat $200,000 paycheck to go with it.
Of course, all of them want to hoist and wear that crown, but the prize money is serious here. And as you see, the step up when you get into that 3rd place match, that 2nd place match, that 1st place match, a single best of 3 or 2 of those if we have a repeat for $100,000 to hit that $200,000 grand prize. And of course, the Pharaoh himself, 2-time world champion, knocking on the door of $1 million in total prize pool earned in his career. He could do that here this weekend.
It's just crazy to think that your 3rd place match is worth $50,000 and that 2nd place match is $100,000 in just 1 or maybe 2 best of 5s. Absolutely insane when you talk about the pressure.
Yeah, the pressure is mounting. Of course, we have lots of players who have kind of big milestones in front of them. As you mentioned, Mohamed Light, 2 world champions, but there's also another guy with 2 world championships here, and that's Mugi.
That's right. Mugi has been so impressive. He's been grinding. He's been playing more than he ever has in preparation for World Finals in the past, which is a really scary thing to hear when you talk about a guy that, as we just said, has already won 2 World Finals. He took a year off. He is back. He's better than ever, but of course, he's got to go through the Pharaoh and our absolute elite stack of competition. I mean, the competitors here, like you said, we say it every single year, but I do believe this is the steepest it's been.
It is definitely steep. Even when you talk about the players who haven't been here before, Frontier Guard qualifying to the China tournament, every single pro here says he's at the level to compete. And then you have playing on home turf here.
That's right.
Finally a world finalist, Ian77, a part of this tournament at last. And I know there's a lot of fans here tonight who want to see him go off.
Yeah, the man on his home court, he came up to us last year in the lobby in Finland. He goes, I'm going to make World Finals next year. Here he is, first man in with the golden ticket. As you guys can see, those are our 4 players with the first round bye. Mo Light, Sub, Ian, and Pedro. They'll all be waiting to see who they have to face off against, but being thrown right into the fire. We got Kazrdi or Igor, our former world champion, going up against Sandbox, making a return to World Finals. Frontier Guard, who you were just talking about, who has been very very impressive all week long. Vitor, who has made 5 of the last 6 years of World Finals, which is so impressive. He squeezes in the LCQ. And then, Rich, we got 4 more guys here in this lineup.
I am so pumped for match number 3, Adriel and Mugi. That one could go either direction. Of course, 2-time world champion against now 3rd appearance here, or 2nd appearance here at World Finals. Adriel has been so good for so long. And then maybe the most exciting matchup of the day, the most unpredictable one. Lucas and Sam. We go old school to the hair that don't care against the mad scientist himself. That one is going to be an absolute banger.
I mean, when we talk about the meta right now, everyone's talking about how heavy it is, how beatdown is the best thing out there, but that's not exactly true. There is great cycle out there. There's great control out there. Beatdown might be favored in the moment, but there's so much new in the game. When you talk about evolutions, you talk about tower troops in the competitive scene, there's just so many variables. I don't envy the coaches. I don't envy the analysts. And you talk about coaches and analysts, that last match, they don't have coaches, which makes it even crazier. I absolutely love it.
Well, of course, Lucas, the only player to go back-to-back monthly finals without a coach. So we'll see how he does with that one here. But, you know, you talk about that meta stuff. Remember, this isn't ladder. This isn't ranked. You have to play dual mode. So as you go through, you start burning cards game over game. The meta shifts. We see how day by day mini metas form.
Absolutely.
And Cycle's going to be a significant part of that.
Yeah, when you talk about the competitive scene, the meta out in the world is not the same as one in the competitive weekend. It always changes, and I'm very excited to see how it evolves as we get into our very first match at our 2025 World Finals.
Let's get things kicked off. I cannot wait. Let's hear it, Atlanta. We're going to start things off. Igor and Sandbox.
Introducing the best Korean player in the world. Everyone, give it up for Sandbox! And Igor's opponent, the best Korean player in the world. Everyone give it up for his adversary, Sandbox!
And to start things off for this World Finals, you could not have 2 players who are more different in personality, in mentality, in gameplay style. Andrew, you sat down with both of them, and you know firsthand how different these two guys are.
I mean, you could just tell by their walkouts, right? Igor stone cold, staring down the barrel, ready to go, ready to get in front of that phone. Sandbox on the other side doing what he needed to do back in 2022, or back in 2023, when it was like, I need to get more confidence when I'm on stage. I need to figure out a way to build that confidence so that I'm just doing the thing that I do best, which is play the game. And you can see already he's hyping up the crowd, he's feeling himself, and I absolutely love these answers from Igor. I mean, it just kind of punctuates what we're talking about.
How do you prepare for high-stakes matches? I don't. What do you believe sets you apart? Nothing. Right? This dude, seriously, we have been talking about it all week. He is so ice cold, does not care about anything, and yet that translates to his gameplay. When you see him on stage, there's this complete lack of kind of registering anybody or anything around him. It's just, I'm gonna do what I do, AKA Mortar God.
Absolutely. You sit here and you talk about Sandbox, you know, talking about his practice, talking about Royal Giant. A lot of people think that Sandbox is a beatdown only player. RG's very strong in the meta right now. It showed up a lot in the 20-win challenge, but he told me he's been working Cycle. Both of his 20 wins that he got, he did with Cycle decks, he did it with minor control. And yeah, Igor on the other side of it. We gotta see if we can kind of get through the bullheadedness faithfulness of his deck picking. He's a guy that has always been, I'm going to play what I want, when I want. I don't care if you know what I'm going to play it, and I might beat you with it. But this is not the place to do it at World Finals.
And those of you at home who don't have the same experience with the CRL history that we have, yes, the name on the screen might be Hazard with a K and a Y, but that's Igor. That's Igor from 2019 World Finals, who came out on the live stage for the very first time and swept King of the Hill, shut it down the whole way. That's the guy who came out and did that at Worlds.
And you want to talk about being involved yourself in World Finals. Well, you can't qualify anymore, but you can go to event.supercell.com/Clash Royale to get in your predictions, just like we got in our predictions. And of course, we know you guys love it. There will be rewards out there in the world for you. And as you can see right here, Igor or Kazardy at 36%, Sandbox at 64%, so the recency bias of how much more Sandbox has shown up over the last couple years, whereas Igor has not been at World Finals since 2021, where he got 3rd place, which I feel like a lot of people forget that he got 3rd place in 2021.
Behind just Mohamed Light and Mugi. So you talk about that top 3 in solo at that time. Let's take a look at our predictions here, who we're picking for our first one. And I think we got your prediction up first, Andrew.
Boom!
Yep.
I am going back to, first of all, I will never, ever root against the Mortar God. I was there in 2019. I saw the 1 HP match, and I saw him come out and absolutely blow the world away. I'm going Igor.
Let's go ahead and see mine real quick. And yep, we're both going Igor. No slight here on Sandbox. Sandbox is an absolute killer, but in this case, you got to take that mentality. You saw the walkout. You saw what we saw. The big question for me is, has Sandbox calmed those nerves? And we'll get into it in a minute. How do they prepare for this match, since Igor says, I don't.
I don't. And as you can see right here, we all went with Igor or Kazardy, other than Juicy, who was actually pretty surprised that that he was the only one to pick Sandbox. Now, in recent history, Sandbox has actually had the edge over Igor. You talk about them meeting all time. Igor's only won 37% of their matches. Sandbox has taken those points. He's taken it even this year in CRL. So, recency bias confirms that.
Absolutely, and we'll see, of course, in just a couple of moments how that bias comes out to everything as we've got our first match. I believe we're ready. So let's go ahead and kick things off with the opening match of the 2025 World Finals, Igor and Sandbox.
Let's go!
And here we go. Game number 1. Now, looking at what Igor's been doing in gameplay for a while, my suspicion is that Sandbox and his coach are going to plan to do 2 things.